Hey guys, Richard Scouten with Remountain Horsemanship again. I did a video and I put it up earlier about how to put a snaffle bit on a horse, and I told you that I do another video about how to put a bridle on a horse. Generally I call snaffles, and I call a bridle something with shanks, more along the lines of a curb bit. Today I'm going to be riding this horse in a spade bit, and I put it on generally the same way that I put on a snaffle bit, as far as head down and head in goes, but I generally put it on just a little bit different. One of the big things you're going to see is my head stall is lengthened to the last hole, so it's as long as it can be, and my curb strap is undone. Generally I ride with my snaffles pretty loose in the horse's mouth, maybe just touching the corners. I'm not a big fan of putting wrinkles in your horse's mouth. But for my curb bits and my spades, I like to have them a little bit tighter in the horse's mouth. At the end of the day, it's the horse that dictates how snug it is in their mouth. If I'm riding a horse and they don't seem to be getting the feel of it or liking it, then I'll play with the adjustments on how tight it is. But generally, I'd like to keep my bridle bits a little bit snugger in a horse's mouth. One thing that I do out of habit or for safety, just so I have control over the horse, is I'll just drop that halter, tie it back up around their neck. Good girl. Get this whole spaghetti mess taken care of. I'm not sure what I got going on here. There we go. Throw the lead rope over the neck. What I like to do is I like to put the reins over their neck first. Head towards me, head down, reach between their ears with my right hand. Now for the spade bit, I'll get it over here so you can see it a little bit better. What I'll do is I'll put the top of the port right in the corner of her mouth. So the top of the bit right in the corner of her mouth, and then as she opens her mouth, I'll just kind of pivot that bit into it. That seems to be a little bit easier for them than chomping all that metal up into their mouth. I'll let it out and I'll do it again. And when I let it out, I just put a little bit of slack in my right hand and just kind of let her chew her way out of it. And I lower it nice and slow so it doesn't clink. Now when I go to put that bit in, what I'll do is I'll just put the corner of the port right in the corner of her mouth. And then as she opens up her mouth, I'll just kind of pivot that bit in and let her pick it up. Far ear, near ear. Straighten everything out, and then from here I'll adjust it. Now she likes it on the third hole, and then I'll do my curb strap. And when I do my curb strap, I do generally 2 fingers. So if I can fit two fingers underneath that chin strap, then that's generally where I like to ride it. The number one thing is I want the port of the bit just to touch the top of their mouth, their top palate. I don't want the bit to be able to put too much pressure on the top of the pallet. I don't want the bit to turn over if I'm using my reins. So 2 fingers in there is generally pretty good. And then wherever they like it, but I do like it a little bit snug with my head stall adjustment. When I take it off, I undo my curb strap. I'll lengthen my head stall to the last hole, near ear, far ear, head down. And then as she starts to work her mouth, I'll just gently lower that bit, just like that. So, gave you some tips on a snaffle, and that's some tips on a bridle. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you have any comments or questions or would like me to do videos on something else, make sure you put a comment below or like us on our Remountain Horsemanship Facebook page. Put a comment down there, send me a message, whatever, and I'll do my best to get them out to you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.